Yeah, I got time, cuz.
All you hoes, all of you hoes.
Maybach music.
Another one.
Nobody cares, nigga.
We do not care.
I want some hawkers. At least while I'm there, I want to get a few hawkers in.
Yeah, where were your children when you was living in Brazil?
In your girl's mouth, nigga.
Okay, I'm reloaded.
All you.
Spin the check and get it right back.
I got beans, greens, potatoes,
Perfect.
tomatoes, lamb,
Perfect.
rams, hogs,
Perfect.
dogs,
Perfect.
chickens, turkeys,
Perfect.
rabbits. You name
Perfect.
it.
Here we go.
But I wanted to do hood rat stuff for my friend. Honey.
What's going on, everybody? Class is in session. My brother from another mother, international. How do you do today?
Foreigner.
What's poppin', slime? What's Gucci, chat?
Yes, sir. Yes,
What's
sir.
going on? We got some goats in the building.
Yes, sir. Shout out to the goats, man.
We
We
got
are
the
here.
Mafia squad is here.
Shout out to the Mafia. Shout out to the squad. I see you guys, man.
Ready for another epic live.
Let's get it. Let's get it. Chat, let me go live on Facebook. Shout out to the Facebook gang. Let's make sure we're live on Facebook and make sure y'all join the Facebook group as well. Let me go live on Faces of Books. There we go. Shout out to everybody on Facebook. Thank you guys for joining up. Shout out to everybody on Kick, X, all the different platforms, Rumble. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Make sure you guys like the video. And if you're on those other platforms, come over to YouTube and subscribe. Subscribe through all the platforms, to be honest, guys. We've been getting a lot more subscribers on X. So thank you guys as well for following and supporting what we do here on Mentuition. Shout out to Ozzy. I see you. CJ, Ellis Durrell, Mangelo, King H. See you. I see you. Cornell. Yes, sir.
Foreigner.
And Calais God.
Yeah, ho.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, guys, we have a good show for you guys today. Okay, great show. We have some things to talk about. Obviously, there's a bunch of stuff going on in the news that we're going to talk about. And, you know, I think there's some crazy things that we need to talk about as men. There's a lot of important things that we, you know, and crucial things that we deal with in our lifetime, guys. And I think we just have to really come together and have a safe space where we can talk about things, be honest with each other, and try to help each other out. You're seeing it right now in the news, guys. Women are winning. They're getting away with everything. They can, you know, agree to do something and then say they were trapped and they were, you know, kidnapped and all these things and beaten. And I'm not saying that this doesn't happen, guys, but these stories are coming out far too more than not. And a lot of guys are losing their lives, losing their kids, going to jail. Tory Lanez just got stabbed up from some girl putting him in jail, almost died. So we have to really look out for each other, man. I know that we're men and we got to be strong and whatever, but I think that we really do have to have places where we can go to each other for help as well as guidance. So, and you should be talking to God, man. You know what I mean? Prayer is very important too. A lot of people are not prayed up. So make sure you're doing that too. But yeah, man, we're going to get into the show in just a moment, guys. We'll go over the housekeeping real quick. Let's go over the locals, guys. Okay, that is mentuition.locals.com. Make sure you guys join up. It is free to join the locals. However, guys, okay, if you want to see all the behind the scenes footage, all the not safe for YouTube stuff, you do have to sign up for $9.99. All right, guys. So make sure you guys check the locals out. We are constantly uploading things on the locals. And again, this is where you guys can see how me and Al party, you know, how we get down, how we have fun, man. You know, we're different on camera sometimes than we are off camera. And then sometimes you'll see us on camera acting crazy and having fun. It just depends on the environment. Me and Al know how to kind of, you know, act accordingly based on where we are and what we're doing. So when we're on the yachts and we're having a good time, it's time to let loose and have a good time. You know, we're on a yacht with beautiful women. So make sure you guys check out that locals again, mentuition.locals.com. Next up, guys, we have our Patreon. That's patreon.com/mentuition.
Honey.
All right, guys. And this is where you guys are going to get all the sauce. Okay, this is where the uncensored travel guides are going to be. Speaking of uncensored travel, guys, we do have some bad news. Okay, we have some bad news. I'm sorry, but we're gonna have to push the Brazil 101 a little bit more, guys. We had some things come up with our footage. Some things files were lost and corrupted. So just bear with us. Give us a little more time. We're gonna try to get it out early next week. But basically, me and Al went through our files. We're editing. We're powering through it, and we found that certain things were missing. Certain things didn't get recorded. The sound wasn't recorded right. It just didn't sound good. And we want to make sure the quality is the best for you guys. So stick with us. We'll have that Brazil 101 out sometime next week. But we were supposed to drop it tonight, but we really couldn't do it. We can't drop bullshit for you guys. We have to make sure that it's good, it's informative, and those of you who are paying for it, get your money's worth. So just give us a little bit more time. We promise that we're gonna, work to get it out for next week, early next week, and we'll have a firmer date maybe this weekend. But just give us some time, okay? Now, real quick, if you sign up for the locals, guys, for the Patreon, it is free. However, when we do drop our uncensored travel guide for Brazil, you're going to want to be at least the general admission tier. Okay, that's where we're going to drop it on. That's the lowest tier, and you'll be able to unlock all the travel guides at this point. You get free access to some of our not safe for YouTube content, access to all of our full uncensored travel guides, exclusive behind the scenes footage, exclusive access to our private community, Patreon exclusive content, and special Discord access. And next up, guys, we have our VIP tier. Shout out to all the VIP members. You get free access to all of our not safe for YouTube content, priority chats on YouTube, access to our members only live streams, a list of over 1,000 remote jobs, one free consultation question answer per month on Patreon direct message, 20% off consultations, 10% off of merch, and even more special Discord access. And last but not least, shout out to everybody that's a part of the All Access Pass. We appreciate you guys so much. You get one free consultation per month, up to 1 hour, 25% off of additional consultations throughout the month, access to a list of over 11,000 remote jobs, access to our personal cell phone numbers, free exclusive member-only meetups, VIP access and discounts on our yacht parties, Patreon exclusive discounts on our website services, discounts on our toy guides, and 20% off the merch. Don't forget, guys, to join the Discord. That is mentuitiondiscord.net. Also, the link for the Discord is below in the description. Okay? So you can join up below. Guys, join the Facebook group. Shout out to everybody that's been joining up to the Facebook group. It's popping. It's getting bigger and bigger and growing. So thank you guys again for supporting that. Facebook is a big key. And the way they have, as Al mentioned to me, the way they have the group set up is just really cool. And it makes it more interactive. And then also, guys, make sure you join the Mentuition Mafia, guys. We will be doing a Mentuition Mafia stream this weekend. We're going to do another topic. The last one that we did was really good this past Saturday. So I think we're going to do another one probably this Saturday again. So stay tuned for that. All of you who are part of the Mentuition Mafia, aka our YouTube membership, we appreciate you. And those of you who want to join, the link is below in the description as well. It's only $3.99. Okay. All right, International, what's up? How you feeling, man?
Feeling good. Also, join the Facebook group. Make sure you guys join up. We're getting that shit popping. There's a lot of craziness being posted.
Yeah.
If you guys want to see any types of receipts, you say, "Oh, Steve and Al don't show any types of receipts." They are all in that Facebook group. So far, everybody's dropping receipts. This shit is lit. We're having some dope conversations. So make sure you join up. That's all I have right now, but we can get into the topic. Cool. Fuckery, man. There's a lot going on right now.
A lot going on in this space, guys. Again, it is a rough time, guys. Breaking news. It is a rough time to be a man in today's age. Okay, bitches are crazy, causing problems, filing restraining orders, and accusing you of grape. Can't even say the word on YouTube because YouTube is a bunch of softies, but it's okay. This is what I'm talking about, guys. I have to censor my words because we're men and the things that we say can hurt people. And that's true. But I think that sometimes you can't censor everybody for everything. And you can't let women get away with everything, guys. And this is exactly why, guys, we go to the zoo, guys. Okay? This is why we go to the zoo. This is why we pay the big bucks for the...
At least while I'm there, I want to get a few hawkers in.
Okay, that's how it is, guys. Sometimes you got to pay to play. All right, it is what it is. As a matter of fact, speaking of pay to play, I have a quick one I'll bring up, and then I know Al has some, but I do want to bring this up real quickly, guys, because we are in talks of possibly going to Thailand, okay? And I want to bring up some Thailand footage just to show you guys again what men have to deal with in today's day and age, the bullshit that happens, okay? So I have a quick short that I'm going to show you guys on Instagram, and I want you guys to let me know what you guys think of this one. And again, this is classic passport bro shaming. This is classic bullshit, right? That happens. And you'll see the comments here from the people. And I want you guys to let me know what you guys think of this. Let's bring it up. Here we go. All right. Okay. I don't want that to mess with the thing.
Yeah.
Okay, so guys, the title of this is Mini, and this is the classic Soy 6 walk. What's cool about Soy 6 is it's pretty much like this at any point of the day after, I'd say, about 3 or 4 p.m. As the sun starts to go down, you walk down Soy 6, and you see women, you know, standing around, whatever it is, right? Now, a lot of people go past this street. Me and Al were here, and we see people walk past. They'll look, they'll laugh, and they'll keep going, right? A lot of people will walk, and this is with their husbands and wives and kids, sometimes babies and strollers.
Babies on that shit was weird.
They'll go down and record, laugh, smile. They know what's going on here, but they understand, like, you can indulge if you want, or you don't have to, right? You can pretty much walk down, look at the ladies. You know, some of these bars are no sex. It's just strictly, you know, you go in, the girl, it's like a Hooters, you know what I mean? You go in, the girls got their tits pushed up, they got on kind of provocative clothing, they have on all these costumes, in which they sell these costumes on the streets to the girls. They can always pretty much change their costume, but I'm sure they have a theme every day or whatever it is, right? Now I want you guys to focus in on the comments. Of course, we see the title again. Many useless men are in Thailand for this. Why do they have to be useless, right? And that stirs up the pot for the comments. Okay, so let's just read a few. I've been coming to Thailand for 10 years. I've never been to this place. Only I went to an elephant trekking camp to rescue an elephant. I've never paid someone for their segs, which is sex. I will only be with a fine African sister. Here we go. Here we go, guys.
Here we go.
Who actually wants to be with me. Paying for sex workers isn't a flex. Useless men with no standards. No wonder your hair is graying and you have disease. Okay, here we go. Nice way to get HIV or wake up without a kidney. Good luck with that. Big on the word useless in all caps. Thailand, Cambodia, Philippines. Let's keep going. Black girls in Atlanta, white girls in Las Vegas, Spanish girls in Colombia and DR doing the same thing. Their body, their choice. All right, let's go through a few more. Someone says these are people's daughters. You pay one way or another. Now we can get some people smartening up. As the comments go down, you get a few. Okay, here's a smart one. There we go. If you think you're not paying, tell you what, don't buy her a gift for Valentine's Day or a Christmas gift. Don't pay any bills. Just ask her to love you for who you are and watch how that works out for you. Ding, 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 ding. Right? Here we go, guys. The problem with you guys, or you ninjas, is that you allow your ego and pride to be used against you. So much so that you value a woman's perception of you more than your own perception of yourself. Women spot this weakness. They can spot weakness very quick, guys. They can spot a weak man, a pushover, all that stuff, use them for what they want, and have delusional men saying, she loves me for me. Then they divorce you in 3 to 5 years. You're paying alimony and child support. You better smarten up. He got 117 likes on that and 39 replies. And of course, you go down and there's more people talking about ladyboys and so on and so forth. All right, I just wanted to bring this up real quick, guys, because again, this is the kind of shit we're talking about. Okay, U.S. men are losing is the title, right? We're losing everything, and we're talking about specifically here in the United States. But you have everything to gain when you go over to these other countries. You do not have to indulge in sex work. Okay, you do not have to do this. If you guys want to do it, you can. We talk about it on the show, of course, but you don't have to do it. What I'm saying is the option is there. What?
Saying at least while you're there.
Yeah.
Is that what you're saying?
Well, yeah. At least if you're there, you could get some in.
At least while I'm there, I want to get a few hawkers in.
But you don't have to. And so what I'm saying is you have options, just as women have options here. They have options to get some guy to pay their car bill, car note. They have options to go and suck some dude's D. They have options to date the firefighter or the cop that they've been wanting to bang. They got options to get a train ran on them. They have options to get a guy to
freak offs.
Go to freak offs with, right? And all these things that they're agreeing to do with all these men, get all their shit off, get all their sexual fantasies off. And then the guys are sitting there looking stupid, right? Looking dumb with the Scooby-Doo.
Stupid.
With the Scooby-Doo stupid face. So I'm not saying, oh, go to Thailand and go to Soy Chicks and bang all the chicks. What I'm saying is we got to stop shaming men because we are paying for it anyway. And a lot of guys are getting ran through the ringer, man. They're getting ran through the ringer bad, almost ready to off themselves because of the shit that they're doing, okay? The shit that women are doing. So we have to be, we just have to, keep things in perspective, guys. Is a good woman, keep her around. You know what I mean? But it's tough. It's hard out here for a fucking player, dog. It's hard out here. So that I really just wanted to start off by saying that because I think it segues into what we're going to talk about. Al, what do you think about?
Very insightful comment. The last one that you read.
Yeah.
Yeah, he hit the nail on the head. Men are so worried about what women think about them, and they'll gladly lose.
Yeah,
they'll gladly lose and take the bad deal. And that's what we're going to talk about today. We talk about it a lot. Men choosing to take the bad deal. Oh, y'all going over there, this and that, and this and that. Said it last show. What were we talking about last show where they were talking about, and I was like, you could just go overseas and it made sense. I don't even remember. But going overseas, dealing with, you don't even have to. Just explore your options. You can go over there. If you choose to indulge in it, you can. If not, there's a lot to do overseas. I was having a debate with one of my good friends earlier, and he's the one that he's been to Sisu. He's been to the Sioux back in the day. He thinks he knows everything because he went there a few times and he knows everything about how overseas women are. And he's like, my uncle went overseas and he ended up wifing up a pro. So I told him before he went overseas that they're all the same. And I'm like, bro, that literally makes no sense. Like, you're telling me that because your boy did some stupid shit or your uncle did some stupid shit, that all women over there are trying to game these dudes up and take advantage of them. I've shown you several success stories for myself over there. Like, you can't ignore that stuff and then just say, oh, well, it happened to my uncle. Like, no, your uncle was stupid. And I told him that just because he made a stupid mistake, he doesn't speak for all dudes, and you can't speak for all girls. I said, he's like, nah, they're all hoes over there. And I'm like, that doesn't even make sense, because there's countries where women aren't even allowed to like explore their sexuality. They get killed for doing that. And then that shut him up. I'm like, he's like, they're going to do the same things over there that Cassie's doing here. And I'm like, bro, he's like, there's a lot more Cassies overseas than there are here. And I'm like, bro, like, there's 8 billion people. There's 300 million people here. So yeah, there probably are because of the sheer numbers, but you're not making any sense. Your arguments aren't making sense, bro. So just had to kind of show him that. I'm like, there are literally girls over in countries that have that are drop dead gorgeous, dime level girls that have like 150 Instagram followers.
Mhm.
They don't even know how bad they are. They don't understand how beautiful they are because they don't have their own dudes blowing up their head and telling them they're beautiful every 2 seconds. They don't have other dudes from the US talking about you're so beautiful, I'm gonna fly you out in their DMs all the time. But if they were here in the US, they'd have 100,000 followers, 200,000 followers.
Mhm. Exactly.
So you can find yourself a decent girl. Obviously, you have to get away from some of the tourist areas for the most part to have a better chance of it. But even in the tourist areas, it's still possible. So that's, you know, somebody that used to go overseas, thinks he knows everything, talking to somebody that actually lived overseas.
Mhm.
So yeah.
Chat, do you think that a woman who has less followers overseas, like, so she only has, let's say, 1,000 followers or 800 followers, do you think that she has a better attitude than a woman here that has 800 followers, let's say, right?
I told him that too.
Yeah, do you think a woman's attitude correlates to how much attention she gets? That's another question you could say. As much attention as she gets or doesn't get, does that change the way she treats men and treats society? Right? Because I would argue that, you know, and there's so many more beautiful women there. There's so much more competition. I want to put you guys on a little secret. Some of you people don't know, some of you detractors and some of you stupid people out there.
Stupid.
A lot of the women that we meet in Brazil and that we meet in Colombia and all these places that we, you know, travel to and hang out at, okay? A lot of the women that we meet in these places they're unsuccessful in their relationships. Okay? They got baby. The same problem we have here in the United States, it happens just as much over in these other countries. And it doesn't have to be Rio or some of these party places. You can go to any other part of the world, right? And you will find there are relationship crises happening, problems where guys are, you know, skeeting inside these chicks and leaving them, right? There's a whole crisis with relationships in Japan and in China, right? They have bars where lonely women go to in certain parts of these Asian countries because they can't find a man. You go to certain parts of Canada and it's like 20-1 in Nova Scotia. I met a girl at the strip club. She lived in Nova Scotia, Canada. And she said with the part where she was from, it was more than 20-1. It was like 25 or 30-1. So guys were just banging all the chicks and impregnating all the chicks. What we've done, guys, is we've moved men away and moved society and men and women away from what natural order is. Natural order says the guys who have the most, that are the most lit, that are the strongest, got the biggest dicks, whatever you want, however you want to measure it, they get all the girls. And it's still the same way. It's actually still the same way. What they're trying to do is cover that up. Not every guy's going to be able to have a kid. Not every guy's going to be able to smash a bad chick. It's just not going to happen. But when I go over and I talk to these women that are in Colombia and these other places, right? When we go over there,
Colombia.
they're like, oh, same. And this is what we say, that women are kind of the same. Oh, I'm tired of Colombian men. I don't date them. I got kid. He left me and da 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 da. It's the same story over and over and over again. To wrap it all up, guys, and land the plane, a lot of the dudes are cheating because there's so many baddies there. There's so many big booty Latinas there, bro.
I love big booty
That
Latinas.
the dudes are going from girl to girl to girl, just smashing raw and having 3-4 kids from 3-4 different women. I shit you not, guys. I'm not lying to you. Of course, the family's more important there, and there are people that raise their kids, whatever. I'm not saying a lot of them are, or all of them are deadbeat. But there's a lot of deadbeat dudes like dads right there. And I'm not saying that they're wrong or whatever. I'm not saying that. I don't know what the situations are. I don't ask in depth. Did she cheat on him? Did she hit him? I don't know. All I'm saying is when you go to Brazil, it's no wonder they're cheating. It's so many beautiful women and they only have 200 and 300 followers on Instagram and they're not all into themselves and they don't even know they're that pretty, right? y'all ever notice how Latino guys don't really care that the girl's that bad? They kind of look at her, yeah, that's Maria. She got fat ass. So they're kind of like, Latino guys are like, what's the big deal? Like, we're around this all the time. Like, yeah, she's pretty. She's got to be extremely beautiful for Latino guys to be like, damn. But we could see a Miami 5 or 6 and be like, God damn, she's like an 8 in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. She's an 8 in Massachusetts. She's an 8 in Detroit, in Kalamazoo, Detroit, right? She in Michigan. She's an 8 in Kalamazoo, right? So all I'm saying, guys, is that when there's a lot of pretty women around, this is what happens. Guys just we can't help ourselves. Damn, she bad. Damn, she got fat ass, and we just trying to hit them all. Now, should you be doing that? No, especially if you're poor. That's another thing. These countries are poor. These guys aren't making enough money to afford it, and now the women, a lot of them become prostitutes because they can't sustain. Okay, so just want to give you guys that information. I talk to a lot of women. Me and Al do, and a lot of them have kids. And I'm not even talking about just prostitutes, regular chicks. Like, he left me. He cheated on me. I don't fuck with Brazilian guys because he cheats. Same shit that girls be saying here. My bad. We got a couple.
Yeah, we got some chats that we got to get to. Shout out to a couple people. Fly Out Chase in the building.
Fly Out Chase. What's good? What's good? What's good? What's good?
Slim 412. I think this is our guy from school.
Yo, what's good,
Yeah,
man? Shout out
boy.
to 412 Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. What's good,
sir.
brother?
Yes, sir. I don't want to say full names, but our guy from school. He's in the Facebook group too.
Mhm.
But yeah, Anonymous makes a good point. He says you're not going to change people's opinions. They're going to think that men travel overseas purely for degenerate behavior. Just live your life. I agree. However, you know, we're not going to change everybody's mind, but we can change some people's mind, and that's why we, you know, kind of at least stop to talk about things. Because if we don't talk about it, nobody's mind's going to be changed. If we do talk about it, we do read comments like the ones that we read, you know, you can kind of understand, you know, if you think logically, why that would make sense and why people would go overseas. Shout out to HD Chillin'.
Shout out. Thank you, man. Appreciate the $2.
He said, why not do the Keese and Rello collab and Medi for Halloween? I mean, that's a good idea. That's a good idea. We would definitely be down to do something closer, less costly. We're down for that, you know, if they want to.
Yeah.
You know,
if this is gonna be one of those things where they don't want to really send in the amount that we need and that we require to make this happen, we're down to do something closer that's more affordable and that makes more sense, that we can get to faster, quicker, and also get back home quicker. So we're down to do it. I think me and Al talked behind the scenes that Rello and Keese, or at least Rello specifically, wants to go to Thailand. It's his birthday. He's kind of planning it, but I don't think anyone's bought any tickets yet, guys. I don't think anyone's purchased anything. So the trip can change, and that's something we can talk about behind the scenes. But yeah, man, we're down to do that too. We're flexible, man. We just want to get paid for our time and make sure we're not covering a bunch of unnecessary expenses. And I think that's fair. At the end of the day, we're going to bring it. We always bring it. We're going to get really cool footage. And we deserve to be paid for that.
And we want people to see the vision too. We don't want, you know, we understand that, you know, even the first time we shot for Rello, his chat's a little bit different than our chat. They didn't really see the vision, and but Rello saw the vision. Rello kind of knew from the very beginning why this would make sense, and Rello believed in us, and we put together some dope content, and now his people believe in us. But I don't know if Keese is fully bought in on the idea, and I don't want to. I'd rather just not do the work for somebody that's not bought in than to do it, and then you're doubting us, and you know, the chat's cracking jokes and you're cracking jokes with them about everything, or oh, they're trying to steal the footage, and just dumb stuff that their chat knows nothing about what they're talking about, and then you're agreeing with them, or they're trying to scheme up a plan with Rello to cut you out so that you have to pay. Like, I'd rather just not do the work, and you get your Thailand person or social loaner said he'll do it for the low for minimum wage. You could get him over there and he can do it. And you know, you can get that work done by him. But for us, I want people to see the value. I want people to understand why what we're asking for is fair. His chat said it was fair. He even said it was fair. But I want people to believe in that. And I don't really want, you know, the whole back and forth, to be honest.
Yeah. And for the record, real quick, guys, before we read the next super chat, anybody in this space, you are welcome to do the research, purchase your own IRL equipment, cameras. You're welcome to do that yourself, right? You can spend the money and figure it out and take the time and do it. What we're offering is you don't have to do anything but show up and be yourself, and we take care of that, right? That's why you pay for a service. That's
And
why
we're
you pay.
directing it, and we're pitching in for the activities,
Right.
and
Exactly.
we're bringing ourselves, and we're also very lit for the parties. A lot more lit than what Keith is shown on on live.
But also though, that's why you pay a plumber, right? That's why you pay the dude to install the Bose system in your car. Yeah, you can fucking take your car panel out and put it in and figure out how to do that. But why would you want to do that? So that's what we're saying. We're not going to keep pitching it any more than we've already pitched it. We've now talked about it 3 or 4 streams in a row. And we're talking about it now, but we're not, without going in depth, any of you guys can go out and buy your own IRL setup. But what I'm telling you is it's not as simple as just buying it. I was looking at IRL videos today because I'm into the, you know, learning how to get better at it. And I'm like, damn, this is a lot. Like if I was just a regular person, I wouldn't want to deal with this. Like I would just like, I'm happy to watch it because I'm interested, but I was thinking because it was just dragging a little bit. I'm like, they always say it's easy, it's not that much, and you look at it and you see a bunch of shit on the screen, and he's like, and then you got to go back and you got to add this in, and then you got to add the RTMP to the bro. It's just a bunch of extra shit that no one wants to do. If they made something easy where you could just click one button, then cool, everybody could do it. But it's just not that simple yet, guys. Doing what we do is difficult. Okay, shout out to Jim. Is it JJ? Oh, JJM director coming in with the $20. We got to play the drop for that, man. That's a $20 donation. Hold on, I got it. Shout out to you, man. Thank you, brother.
Money work. El mundo quiere dinero. Money work. Se arregla con dinero. Money work. Si me quiero educar, dormir en algún lugar, un lugar para trabajar.
Shout out. He says, for the Wi-Fi bill, gents, please create a segment in that show that highlights the horrible situations that men are going through here in the States. Women are drugging and robbing guys here, and they are setting up guys here. It's a good idea, man. No, I appreciate that. We haven't implemented that into what we talk about, you know, on a regular basis, but I think that's important, and I think we need to get back to talking about the shit that happens here, guys, because there's a lot of shit that happens here in the United States. So that's a great idea. What do you think about that?
Maybe we'll do one topic here and one topic overseas.
Yeah.
And then, you know, see how that goes. But our whole last show was like on people getting drugged and robbed here. There was like 3 different things about people getting drugged and robbed. So I think that, you know, it definitely makes sense to talk about it. Yeah, man, we're a men's channel that, you know, we're trying to help men navigate the States and overseas. So I think that that's a great idea, and maybe we'll implement that.
Yeah. Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Thank you again for the $20 super chat, man. And if you guys want to donate, make sure you guys donate right here. You can hit our Cash App, guys. Super chat's fine as well, but Cash App is better because Cash App doesn't really take a percentage. YouTube takes 30% of all revenue that we make, from the videos to the super chats to the memberships, everything. So if you can, send it in Cash App. But if you're more comfortable, send it in super chat. Hey, man, thank you. We appreciate that.
We appreciate it in any way.
Also, guys, you can send in money through PayPal. Okay, our PayPal link is below. Just let us know when you hit the PayPal up. Sometimes it doesn't notify us. We'll get that taken care of very soon. But just say, hey, I sent the PayPal. and we'll pull it up and we'll read it. So thank you again, guys, so much. Richard Nomad says Thailand was lit. Yeah, man, Thailand is lit, man. And you know,
he's in the Philippines now, he said.
Okay, that's what's up, man. That's what's up.
Yep.
Hopefully you have a great time, man. Philippines is also super lit. Definitely want to go back to Philippines, man. I was this close to pulling this little slim girl with a little fat butt, man, and she was cute, and it was just funny because the interaction, she was talking. If you guys ever called Amazon and they have that voice, how can I help you, sir? Like they have that real like, no, sir. It's that same voice. I didn't know they were Filipinos. I didn't understand. I mean, I knew it, but I didn't like going over there. I'm like, oh shit, that's the same voice when I call Amazon customer support. So, you know, they speak perfect English in Philippines. So you could slide on a girl there. And the one I was sliding on, I think I told y'all she had a mask on, but big, like nice, just, I mean, I could tell that thing was fat. Like it was nice. And then, but she was talking in that face. Hi, how are you? I couldn't tell if the flirting was working because she sounded, I couldn't take her serious because she sounded like the Amazon customer service, but she gave me her number. And I got the other girl's number that we did the karaoke with, little shorty with, she was cute too. So I was, you know, starting to build up my little phone book of Filipina chicks, man. So, and Filipinas are cool, man. They're actually super feminine and yeah, they cool for the most part.
Shout out to JJ. He said, damn, YouTube stealing my boy's cash. I'll hit the Cash App next time. Appreciate it, man. Yeah,
it's all good,
helps
man.
out a lot, but we appreciate however it comes in. He said she got a customer service booty.
Yeah, customer service booty.
Yeah, she was cute, man.
Damn, I wish I had a picture of her.
We could see it. I mean, you could tell through the mask that she was cute.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, we just didn't have enough time in the Philippines. So
yeah,
we'll be back there. We'll be back there again eventually. I say the next video.
You want to do the first one or the one at the bottom?
Play this, yeah.
This one?
Yeah, this is that.
All right, I'll do this one.
The DDG shit.
Okay.
Bro, there's so much shit going on in the last like 24 hours. Like so much shit going on.
Yeah. Let's talk about the DDG situation, guys. Those of you who don't know, DDG was actually a YouTuber first, and then he became a rapper. Now he's going back to really doing YouTube. He just put out an album that did terribly, but it doesn't matter because he's killing the streaming game. A lot of goofies in this travel space, they're laughing at people live streaming and doing IRLs, but that's the new wave, and that's what's going to be big in the next 5 to 10 years. You're going to see more people IRL streaming. You're going to see more IRL backpacks and setups. It's just the beginning. Right now, it's a little too difficult to figure out how to do, and it costs too much money for just a regular person to do it. That's where we come in because we have the equipment, but most people are not going to invest thousands and thousands and thousands to get a good setup. DDG has, but he's going through some turmoil with his girl. Okay. Is there any specific timestamp?
You can play it from the beginning because Ack will go through it, and you can put on 1, 2, 5.
All right, cool. And we won't. This is a long, guys. We'll play.
And if we missed any comments, if y'all want us to stop the show, send in some super chats or some cash apps, and we'll make sure that we read them. But we want to keep everything. Going, flowing.
All right, guys. Here we go.
Here we go. They got me feeling like I'm academics. Check TMZ. What are we doing? What's up with DDZ? Huh? What happened to DDG? Hallie claims DDG. Oh boy.
By the way, she's a Disney star, guys. This is a girl from the Disney Channel.
If they can't win the public narrative, they make the accusations. Oh my God. Oh my God. Halle Bailey claims DDG attacked her multiple times, gets restraining order. Oh my God. Halle says she's had enough of DDG allegedly abusing her. She filed a police report and now wants a court order to protect her from the father of her child. In documents, she claims things first got physical in January. They broke up back in October. Halle claims that DDG came over to pick up their son Halo, and she tried to start a convo with the rapper about the visitation schedule. Again, I keep telling you, all these women, something happened, they run to the bathroom, they take pictures, and they keep it in the tuck. They keep it in the tuck. They keep it in the tuck. We never seen these pictures before. She realizes, yo, this is one of the only cases. Yo, right now, shout out to my man Offset. My man Offset called me. Shit, I ain't gonna lie. I want to say the details of our conversation. It's funny because, you know, it's funny. I feel fake. I be talking to Cardi. Me and Cardi be on the phone for 2 hours, and I talk to Offset for like an hour. Like, I feel fake as hell because I'm on both of these sides. I look, he got to bet they get back together. Anyway, Offset is losing the public battle when it comes to Cardi B. Offset is losing the battle when it comes to Cardi B. Now, I hate to call it a battle, but it becomes a PR battle. The thing is, when you date a famous woman, a lot of times you have to realize women are more invested in relationships than men. So the fans of your music don't really care too much about your relationship. There's a whole thing called the Shade Room, Hollywood Unlocked, the Neighborhood Talk, Baller Alert. They all care about women and the women that these popular men deal with. Offset can't win. Here's the thing, too, and I told this to Offset. I hope I didn't trigger him because the same day I told him that nigga posted him getting a lap dance for 3 chicks. I said, Offset, the only way for you to cure this, you got to go date another famous chick, bro. Because his thing to me was, bruh, I'm not mad at Cardi or nothing like that, but why come every time these blogs post Cardi and her new man, Stephon Diggs, it's like I'm the subject? And I said, well, bro, that was your wife. He said, well, they're acting like I'm stuck on her. I said, I know. I don't think you're stuck on her because I know you've dated other people since. Here's the thing. Your girl gonna get a more famous nigga and a richer nigga. You just gonna get a better girl. But men, we not checking for the girl you got. Like, okay, yeah, you got a different girl, but nobody cares. You also, men don't usually go from celebrity to celebrity. You just want a bad bitch. Bad bitch with some tight box. Cardi B can't just get a nigga with a long dick. Pause. She gonna go get a baller who probably got more money and is the quote upgrade. So now we looking at her and him and saying, damn, Offset, you down bad. You keep dating XYZ and nobody cares or nobody sees it because in everybody's mind, yo, go get your girl back.
Real quick, guys.
Yep.
He's making good points, but also another point is Cardi B is going to take an L in all of this. She's never going to find a guy that takes her serious. And if she does, he's probably going to be less of a guy. So she can keep trying to get guys that are more lit. But we all know Stephon Diggs is literally digging out a lot of girls. And I think he's already been alleged to cheat on her. So she's going from one guy that's cheating on her to another guy that's cheating on her. And it's not even her husband. It gets just worse and worse and worse and worse. But Cardi B is also envious as well, right? She's talked a lot about her husband in the media where he hasn't really talked about her. This is the kind of stuff you deal with women here. And these are celebrities, guys, but trust me, it trickles down to normal people. As a matter of fact, it's probably worse in certain cases with normal people because we don't have money. So sometimes it gets even more nasty. But I just wanted to pause it there because Cardi B is a mother of 2 or 3 from Offset. They have kids. She's not going to just be able to go and upgrade necessarily. Guys will smash and they'll be like, yeah, I smashed Cardi B. I smashed Offset's ex, right? They'll want to put that under their belt, but most of them aren't going to take her serious. That's just the way it is.
Yo, Offset, go get your girl back. He been moved on. He did the moving on first, but people won't give him that grace because Cardi got a star. And that's the unevenness. Like, for example, Halle. I'll bring it back to DDG. Halle, Brent Fires. I don't know if DDG got a new girl, but whoever his new girl is probably ain't that popping. And even if she one of the little Instagram models that's got some clout, it ain't Halle. So nobody gives a fuck. Right? So, you know, to bring both points again, I told Offset, I said, I get it. You don't like to be in that mix as your ex-wife is stepping out or your wife, but the blogs are going to do it. The male blogs just don't care about who you date. So that's why everybody on male blogs, like when I post Cardi with her new guy, everybody's like, yo, Offset punching in the air. How Offset punching in the air? Offset fucking like 10 chicks in DR, allegedly. I don't know about that. But nobody cares about that because your girl got a famous man. So it's hard for Offset to win that PR battle where people saying, all right, good for you, Cardi, but Offset is still lit. And we love Offset too. Everything Cardi do, they said Offset is losing. So primarily, and I only gave that story to say it's hard for men to win that PR battle, right? DDG is the first nigga who did it in a while. DDG is the first nigga who did it. And he was taking L's for a while. They used to call him a corny guy. Yo, why Halle with this corny nigga? Yo, Halle could choose up. Cool. After the fiasco where she overplayed her hand and showed that she was either super jealous or controlling, or she was unreasonable when she was saying, don't have my son on Kai's stream. And everybody was like, why not? Kai's like mad cool and he's the father too. You got him posted all over your Instagram. Everybody was on her ass. It's the first time I went on Shade Room and they picked the man's side. Yo, girl, you know it's this kid too, right? Like, you know you don't got to give out permissions. They shamed her. Ever since then, she fell back. She even posted some shit saying, oh, I'm sorry. listen, I shouldn't have went to the internet. Usually they're always on the woman's side. DDG takes off on Twitch. DDG's booming. You don't show like that shit, right? DDG with 1,000 girls. I ain't gonna lie, it was a matter of time. Nigga, it's May. They're saying this shit happened in January. She was keeping this shit in the tuck to say, if these motherfuckers don't come around and start loving me again, let me really throw that nigga DDG to the bus.
Guys, what do we say? Attention. It's a battle between the sexes. Women are trying to get men back. They will literally do things like take pictures of a bruise on her arm where he might have just maybe grabbed her or something.
That might not be from him.
Couldn't have been from him.
Yeah, that might not be from him. You could go in the bathroom, do
anything.
whatever, beat yourself up, take a picture. Bro, you don't need any evidence.
Y'all don't understand how serious. I don't think y'all like chat. Do you guys realize how bad that is? That this bruise on her arm literally could be from nothing. That she could just be punching herself in the arm. It could be makeup.
Yeah.
Like
we're
in the times where women could just, this is why in other countries like Brazil and Colombia, like they stay out of it. They don't, unless you're like really beating a woman's ass like crazy, maybe they'll jump in, but like they realize like, yo, domestic shit, civil shit, like I'm not gonna just jump in it. I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's happening. I don't know what, right? And I'm not saying men should beat women or women should hit men, but what I'm saying is like, bro, this dude he could have lost, and he might have lost sponsors, this and that.
Oh, he's gonna lose. She's gonna lose something.
She takes, it's not even bad. Like, I don't see anything wrong with her arm. Like, do you see anything wrong?
Either. But, like I said, that's always gonna win. She's super strategic. She definitely has people in her ear telling her what to do. Maybe a lawyer or something telling her how to play the cards, how to do it, bro. It's crazy. It is crazy. Matter of fact, I met a girl the other day when we were out, got her number. She's been hitting me up like crazy. I was talking to Steve the other day and I'm just talking to him, and then she's calling my phone, blowing me up. It's like, yo, why don't you kick it with her and smash her? I'm like, bro, like, it's just too date. Like, I don't want a girl that's that thirsty off rip. Like, I haven't even like, I get it. Like, you saw me, you might have been super attracted, cool. But I don't want a girl that's that thirsty off rip.
Yeah.
Off rip.
Yeah.
We haven't had any conversations. We haven't been out on a date. I just met you out and you're blowing up my phone like crazy and texting me. And, I'm not really getting back to you in a timely manner because I'm busy and you're blowing up my phone. So, for me, I'm just like, nah, it's not worth it. I could fuck around and have some shit like this happen. Yeah. And then we were looking at something else and I'm like, this is exactly why I don't do that shit. Bro, you got to tread so lightly as a man. You got to have so much evidence. Man, I've been in situations with girls where I'm recording everything, like, and I know that I'm not doing anything, but all it takes, he hit me, he did this, they got a made up bruise, something like that. I'm in jail, I can't do anything. It's crazy. I'm just so blessed to be in a position to where I don't have any kids with none of these women, because then it's like this, like they're using them against you. You're trying to be a good father, they're trying to stop you from seeing your kids however they can. They get a restraining order, or they do whatever they need to do, and the public opinion is always on their side. I'm also blessed to not live in a shitty state like California, and some of these other states that have really shittiest laws against men. Like, that's why Tory Lanez is in jail. Yeah. If he was in a different state, he probably wouldn't even be in jail right now. And then he got lit up. We're gonna talk about him too. Yeah. So so yeah, man, you gotta be super, super careful fucking around with these chicks, man. Bringing them over your crib. Even if you have evidence, of every single thing that you did, they could say, oh, I didn't consent to something. Anything could happen. You lose everything. You lose your job. You lose anything that's valuable to you. You're going to lose. You're going to get arrested. You're going to go to jail. So you got to be super careful with that.
You got to
protect yourself.
Yeah, be careful what you say in your texts.
Yep.
Be careful what kind of sex you having with these chicks. Oh, she might be asking you to do that. Hit me, slap me. I like when I'm bruised after sex. And then she taking pictures of it afterwards, after y'all have sex. Wants you to do it, by the way. She a girl that bruises easily. You can just grab her and she bruise.
Yeah.
She taking pictures. He did this to me. Yeah, I mean, it's a battle between. It's unfortunate because as men, we're not thinking of that. We're not thinking of how can I get this bitch long term if things don't work out. Women, a lot of these women are 1 foot in, 1 foot out. They're not in it for the long haul. Speaking of not wanting to have kids, let's just segue real quick and we'll go back to the video. But I want to play this real quick because it goes right into what Al was just talking about, guys. Here it is. Guess who warned this nigga not to have kids? Mr. Blueface, baby. Yeah, all right. Here we go.
If you have like a BM and you gotta pay her rent. She taking over there, you gonna be cool with it? No. You gonna stop paying the rent? What about the kid? The kid gonna be homeless.
No, the kid not. See, I don't plan on having a baby mama.
What you mean? You don't never
I'm not gonna
plan
have
on
no baby mama, bro. Whoever I have a kid with, she's with me for life.
Yeah,
I don't care what nobody say. I don't care what nobody.
It all starts like that.
That's not exactly how you think, nigga. Yeah, I'm not happy.
Sometimes the kid break y'all up, bro. Sometimes the kid be the reason y'all break up.
What he be doing? He be telling on you and shit.
Nah, I'm cool with my baby mama.
I'm saying like, what the kid? How the kid gonna break me?
Still doing my part, huh? Nah, the kid gonna break you up because her emotions gonna get to rising. She might feel like she got something to hold against you, so she gonna be acting different. She might be using the kid to boss you around, you know, to keep tabs on you. And then that might cause you to be so stressed out, like, damn, bitch, she like, nope, this, that, you know?
Do it really matter? Do it really matter?
Nah, females are, they petty, bro.
It is. I know it's all girls.
Yeah, they all like that. It's not just one or two, all of them are petty. So the second y'all get into y'all little situation, y'all little Twitter beef.
Yeah. I don't do that anymore.
Yeah, the kid. Part of life.
I can't have no baby mama, bro.
Than that, we has not been together. No,
all right, we'll pause it there in chat. Yeah, but that was Blueface trying to tell him this is why we say, like, guys, these spaces matter. You gotta have, and he didn't listen, of course, but I'm just saying he's literally telling them, like, foresight, like, yo, this is what's gonna happen. You say this now, but women's emotions are always subject to change. You can't trust what they say a lot of times, not because women are bad people. It's because they'll say something in the moment that's true that will stand to change depending on their emotions. So how can I believe what you're saying? Yeah, you're happy. Yeah, you won't leave me or cheat on me or whatever now, but that's because you're happy right now. But when you're unhappy, what will you do to me? That's what's important. Does that make sense, chat? You know what I'm saying? So I need you guys to understand. That's why it's so important to explore your options, travel, pick a good woman, because these are the things that happen. Al, you want to say something?
It's crazy when Blueface is the voice of reason.
Who's in jail?
Right oh my God, it's crazy. That's wild work. That's nasty, crazy, nasty work. Like Blueface is the voice of reason, and he's spitting nothing but facts. But he actually went through it and lived it, and understood it, and
yeah, he's going through it with he has a kid with Krishan, and he had a son before that he was going through it with.
Yeah,
but yeah, this academic thing just made me think about that because, you know what I'm saying, I can't have no big mom. It ain't gonna happen to me. We all think that.
It sucks too. DDG's what, like 23, 24?
20. No, he's a little older. He's about 27 now, 26, 27.
Bro, I'm happy my L's that I took whenever I was younger and didn't, like I said, fuck me up for the rest of my life. Like them L's that I took when I was younger, man, they did not mess me up, because you could easily be in a situation like this where, you know, you got kids with women. Like think about like all the relationships, you know, you were in your 20s, and it's like, yeah, shit, if I had a kid right now, I wouldn't be doing none of this. Like I wouldn't be doing none of what I'm doing.
Yeah, man. I mean, it's a more of a blessing, I think, than a curse. I do want a kid, and I wish I would have had a kid earlier, but I'm kind of happy I didn't at the end of the day, because we wouldn't have been able to do anything we're doing right now. Yeah. And if you get a bad situation with a woman who's envious and don't like you, or now she's whatever, I mean, I've seen girls, some of my best friends, one of my best friends had a baby mama, had the kids in the house while with a dude in the car, smashing them and stuff. Like, you know what I'm saying? Giving him the, you know what I'm saying? Women will do that. I remember I smashed a chick. She handed off her kid to the husband. Her husband's on the way to the crib, and I'm like smashing. Or no, she wants, as a matter of fact, I didn't smash yet. She wanted me to smash, like right before he got there. And I'm thinking in my head, like, I don't know, I don't care if y'all whatever, but it's just like, I don't want to smash, and then he dropping off the, and women are just, I don't care.
Yeah, you gotta be, y'all gotta be so careful doing like going to chicks' cribs.
Yeah,
there was a rapper in Atlanta named Trouble. He got caught up at some girl's crib. He was like kind of underground, but used to be at all the strip clubs and stuff. And I mean, his music was decent. And he ended up going over some chick's crib, and then the boyfriend came back or something, and ended up getting shot and killed. Like, you just got to be super careful. And girls will put you in situations. There's this dude that I know that one of my good friends, he was over a chick's crib, and then her ex-boyfriend was on their way back. Just shit like that. Like, and then I had to go and help him out with that situation because I didn't want anything to happen. So just shit like that. It's you got to be super careful dealing with these women, man.
Get you killed.
You get you killed. And this is why we say sometimes it's just better to just P for P. You don't have to worry about none of this bullshit. You don't have to worry about baby mama drama. If you're smart and you stay protected, you don't got to worry about none of that stuff. You don't got to worry about the boyfriend coming in. You know, sometimes it's just better to do that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
P for P has its downsides too.
Yeah.
But Al's right. There's certain things you cannot tell what another man's emotion is going to be. If he bursts through that door or whatever happens, right? You don't know what he's going to do. So you got to be very careful with that. And the girl won't tell you she got a boyfriend or a husband. She ain't gonna always tell you. You're not going to know. You know what I'm saying? You shouldn't really be going over her crib anyway.
No.
To be honest with you, you should be taking her to your crib or maybe some sort of telly or something. At least you can cut that part out of it. But a lot of these dudes get comfortable and maybe they end up smashing multiple times. I'm like, I'll go over your crib. The one shorty that I'm talking about, one of the shorties that I was smashing, she tried to invite me to the crib. This is a different one that had a boyfriend or whatever, like to smash. And he's like out of town or whatever. But like, I'm like, nah, I don't care if he's out of town. I'm not like, it's not even that I think he's going to do something to me. I don't want to have to fuck him up. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to have to shoot him. I don't want to have to, it's just, what's the point of putting myself in that position?
Yeah.
So,
then you got to prove your innocence.
Yeah.
Doing all that shit. Like, it's not really worth it.
The thing is, the women, the last thing we'll say in that, and we can play a little bit more chat, but is you die or he dies, she cries for a little bit and then she's over it sucking some other dick.
Yeah.
Right? Like, it's like she's, oh my God, I was so scared. Give her a month or two of mourning and then she's back on the streets again. Right? She's back being a hoe, chat. She's back out doing her thing with all these dudes, smashing and getting her, you know, sucking some D.
She belongs to the streets.
But you're dead or you're hurt, right? Or you're paralyzed from the waist down over some girl. It's just not worth it, bro. That's all we say.
Yeah.
All right, let's play a little bit.
Let me read this chat real quick. Shout out to Jidscan Music.
Yo,
he had sent us a super chat before he went to Brazil. He said he just got back from Brazil.
I understand.
Just want to say I understand it now.
There you go, man.
Thank you for understanding, man. Thank you for understanding.
We try to tell y'all. A lot of people just don't believe us. Shout out to Q and all the other guys that just went. They were like, damn, bro, I see what y'all mean, bro. There's no place like Brazil. There's no place like Rio. I'm telling you guys, like, it's crazy. Beautiful, beautiful women. It's the best. It is. It is.
Two things I'm no longer doing. I'm no longer selling myself to why y'all should book us. And then I'm also no longer selling Brazil, bro. It's either you want to go there or you don't.
Yeah, it's up to you.
Brazil's the Ferrari. Somebody said it yesterday. Brazil's the final boss of the travel space. Like, there's no need to sell it, bro. I don't need to. Like, and I don't really want that many people going. And I'm happy all these stipulations are in place, stopping a lot of people from going. So if I can be honest. So yeah, it is what it is. It's crazy. But yeah, shout out to you, man.
Yeah.
And if y'all want us to get to the chats, we're trying to keep the show going today. We got a shit ton to cover. Send in the Cash App.
Yeah.
Or preferably Cash App or PayPal, or a super chat. It's just YouTube takes some of the super chat money, so preferably Cash App, PayPal, anything over $20. We stop the show right away, and you know, we acknowledge you. And then the other ones we still acknowledge as well, but the 20 and ups get priority.
Yeah.
Didn't I tell you? Didn't I tell y'all that? Come on. If they can't win the PR battle, because trust me, when a girl go on her phone like this and she looked at her DMs and shit like that, you get what I'm saying? When she see that, she gonna be like, man, I don't like this shit. Now she got to throw the allegations. By the way, let me say this to y'all. How y'all think this got to TMZ? I want y'all to do the math with me. Chat. Halle Bailey, Chloe Bailey, their protege of, look, Halle Bailey and Chloe Bailey, known as Chloe X Halle, are signed to Beyonce's record label and management company. They have been referred to as Beyonce's proteges. Chat, we know this story all too well. How you think this got to TMZ? Maybe there's somebody else in the mix. Maybe they have some connects to that. Trust me, she don't know how to send that shit to TMZ. Let me tell you how it got to TMZ. Remember, I told you that. So now, and remember when I told y'all when DDG got online and he was talking about visitation, and he's like, man, I can't see my kid if I don't ba 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 or I don't ba ba ba. And I said, DDG, you want to go to court? And I think he had responded to that. He basically said, no, I don't want to do this. That's where you fucked up, brother. Because you're not going to court. These chicks care about their public perception. She dropped a bomb on your ass. You know what she did? Yo, leak these motherfucking pictures, man. That nigga think he popping and streaming now like he don't need me. He's moving on. He doing this, that, and third. Brands are reaching out to it. Man, drop that motherfucking bomb. They released this shit. Remember, they're saying that this is from January. Chat, it is May. She had this in the iCloud as probably under the folder that says, if that nigga ever try me. Look. Holy shit. Let's read the whole thing. Oh my God. She filed a police report. We're going to try to find a police report. We want to see when that was filed. It probably was filed yesterday, huh? By the way, here's the thing too. DDG. That's because she probably thought you responded to the Brent Fire shit. Come on, let's go, Space Spade. Let's go, Space Spade. So she's like, oh, you trying to play with me? You trying to play with me? I know you ain't trying to play with me, nigga. She said, I know you forgot that I had. This is why sometimes I also tell y'all, men, a lot of times we could clear the air on a lot of things with some of these women, but because of, you know, how public perception is, we got to just take our L. Just take our L. Even if we have a perfectly explainable side, you take the L. You know why? If they lose the PR battle, they get to claim an abuse. In documents, she's claiming that things first got physical in January. They broke up back in October. Halle said DDG came over to pick up their son, Halo, and she's trying to start a conversation with the rapper about a child visitation schedule. As she was buckling Halo into the car seat, she claims DDG grew agitated and repeatedly said, get out my car, bitch. Halle said the baby was crying. She got nervous about DDG leaving him in such an agitated state. That's when they allegedly started wrestling, with DDG pulling her hair. Now, here's the thing, and very importantly, DDG is somebody we've watched boxed. I would imagine DDG is several times stronger than Halle. Apparently, she's buckling the baby in DDG's car. DDG said, get out of my car. All of a sudden, the details go from there to DDG wrestling her. Let me ask y'all the question. Do you think, as they were arguing, DDG just snapped and beat her ass? Or maybe the wrestling was because she may have tried to put her hands on him first. Not that it matters, because I get it. It never matters when a woman puts their hand on a man, right? Nobody ever cares. But do you notice the lapse in story? DDG says, get out my car. Halle says the baby's crying. So she was nervous about leaving him in an agitated state. That's when they started wrestling. All of a sudden, y'all just start wrestling? Okay. With DDG pulling her hair, slamming her face on the steering wheel. Okay. and chipping her tooth. Now, this is so dangerous here, chat. She's getting a restraining order, but this essentially, who knows if this was captured at his house or her house. This is LA County. Let me tell you how this works. I believe this happened in LA. This restraining order, and because there are two high-profile celebrities, this is going to now invite the district attorney to get a investigation going on. If there's a ring camera, I guarantee subpoena. Guaranteed. Okay, we need to go see the ring camera. Because here's the thing with LA County, they're never going to pass up on that. I'm not saying they're clout chasing, but that TMZ moment of them charging somebody.
All right. So again, guys, we can go on and on and on with this, but we just wanted you guys to really understand how things can get very nasty. And this tends to happen a lot here in the United States, guys, with these, domestic civil cases where women and men are having these issues. Part of it is, I agree with Ack. DDG is now seeing a lot of success. He's with other women. He's streaming. Okay. As a matter of fact, she issued the restraining order with him while he was here in Miami a few days ago. He was down the street from here, from our studio, shopping in the Midtown Wynwood shops. While he's streaming, the chat is spamming, check Shade Room, and DDG gets the news that he has a restraining order filed on him by his baby mama while IRL streaming. All right, guys, this IRL stream shit is crazy, okay? And it's not a joke. This is truth. Like, he's literally sitting there with a look on his face like, damn, right? He literally has to deal with it in real time and everyone sees it, right? He's going viral for all the wrong reasons. Again, did this chip tooth happen from him? Maybe, maybe not. She could have fell, hit herself. We don't know. We're just taking people's words. And that's the problem with these stories, is that, and these cops, is that you can just say anything and then they just believe who they want to believe. And then that's the story. And it wasn't even really the story because they weren't even there. It is a rough time to be a man in the United States. It is a bad time. I'm not going to lie. This is a difficult time, fellas. It really, really is.
And then nobody cares about none of your problems.
Yeah.
You don't have, groups of people to talk to,
Yeah.
to help you through it. We had one of our good friends ended up, deleting himself during the beginning of the year.
Yep.
And it's like, damn, I literally just spoke. I literally saw you at New Year's.
Yep.
I literally had conversations with you like 2 days before it happened. And, he ended up doing that. And he just felt like he didn't have anywhere, like anywhere to go, I guess. I don't know what he was thinking.
No one to talk to.
No one to talk to about, some of the deep problems that he had.
Yeah.
But I'm like, damn, I wish I would have known, I'd have definitely talked to him and helped him and did all that stuff. But you never know what men are going through, what people in general are going through.
Facts.
But there's all this sympathy and help for women, but there's not really anything for men. So that's what we're building. We have, a WhatsApp group chat right now where we keep each other motivated, inspired. Everybody's is a small group, and we're keeping it small for a reason, because we don't want to let a bunch of people in, but we like it small for the group, just because.
No Diddy.
Well, that's why I said for the group.
Okay, thank you.
But no Diddy, just in
Thank
case.
you.
Just in case.
Thank
The
you,
group's
man.
got to be small so that we can, keep all the riffraff, all the fuckery out. We don't want it to be like, a bunch of bullshit. So, but yeah, we're all just inspiring each other. We're talking about different plans, different trips, different stuff going on in the travel space, different things that we're going through, all of that stuff.
Right.
And we're trying to just build just a group, a community, all that stuff where we can talk about it. We have the Facebook group, we have the Discord, we have all that. And, that's our goal. We want to build a group, help men travel overseas, help men deal with their issues, deal with this stuff that's going on in the States, and just combat all this bullshit.
Facts.
So yeah, we got some
Facts.
more bullshit to talk about too.
Yeah, we got another one, guys. More bullshit, guys, to talk about.
Another one.
Our guy Tory Lanez, man. going through issues as well, guys. This stems from the issue with Meg Thee Stallion accusing him of shooting her, or bullet fragments getting shot into her foot somehow. And, you know, I think there's more things actually coming out about it recently, about maybe it wasn't him, it was the girl, whatever it was. But it snowballs, and there's a domino effect where, okay, she accuses him.
He gets convicted with literally like zero evidence.
Zero evidence. Yeah, he's living in Miami, by the way, guys. He's living in Brickell, like 10 minutes from here. Tory's on top of the world, man. We're hearing about Tory Lane parties. He have bitches over. Every girl that's like any girl, or she ain't gotta be cute. I've been to a Tory Lane's party, right? They're going to these Tory Lane's parties in Brickell in his it's not even little, his big ass suite or whatever he has. But anyway, he gets deported from the United States, you know, or whatever. Or no,
he's in jail.
He's in jail here, but
he's
not. I think after he serves his thing, they're gonna, you know, he's not gonna be allowed back in the States. All this stuff, but anyway, it all stems from a woman. Is my main point, and now he gets stabbed up in jail. So we'll bring up the story real quick, guys, because you know I'm a Tory Lanez fan. I think he makes some pretty dope music. He's actually one of the better artists, I think, of our time recently, and it's just unfortunate that this is all from. He wouldn't even be in this situation if it wasn't for that situation with Meg Thee Stallion. So you know which link it is out? This,
I'm gonna just put a new link in there. The news articles were shorter, so
okay.
Ack went over it.
Okay, so we're gonna bring up another one from Academics real quick, guys. Hit copy link. I think.
Yeah.
And then you know, we'll get your guys' input on this as well. But again, you know, it's tough, man. Men are losing everything. Men are losing everything, and there seems to be kind of a what do they call it? A pattern of certain black men too, like that are in position that are getting kind of taken down. You got Drake, you got Tory, you got Diddy, you got this person, you got that person. I'm not saying they're all innocent.
Jay.
I'm just saying it just seems like a lot. Yeah, they went after Jay-Z. There's definitely something going on. Yeah. It's like Me Too Part 2, guys. Me Too 2. Like it's like because Me Too happened, and then it kind of paused, and now it's kind of coming back with a vengeance, and it's getting, you know, it's getting stronger, guys, with these people accusing people. So let's go ahead and bring this up real quick, and let's hear what Ack has to say about Tory.
They got me feeling like I'm academics. We wanted to give you a proper update on what's going on with Tory Lanez through his representatives and also his own Instagram page. They have now confirmed that Tory Lanez, who is in critical condition, he was airlifted to the hospital. An initial report were put out by a source from the prison. Apparently, they were trying to downplay the fact that Tory's injuries were pretty much life-threatening. And they're saying it's a miracle he survived this attack. Apparently, he was stabbed 14 times, 7 to the back, 4 to the torso, and 2 times to the head, and including 1 to the left cheek. He put out this on his own personal Instagram by saying Tory was stabbed 17 times, including, well, same thing he told us, right? 7 wounds to his back, 4 to his torso, 2 to the back of the head, and 1 to the side of his face. Both of his lungs has collapsed. He was placed on a breathing apparatus. He's now breathing on his own despite being in pain. He's talking normally. He's in good spirits and deeply thankful to God that he's pulling through. He also wants to thank everyone for their continued prayers and support. There was an audio that kind of came out that was trying to explain what happened. I don't know where this kind of came from.
Everybody, I'm here.
Hold on, give me 1 second. Tory Lanez stabbed. Let's see if we could play the content. Unfortunately, I hate using that word, content. By the way, there is a video of him being airlifted. Here's the video of him being airlifted to the hospital. So this is him being taken off of this chopper. So he was flown from, apparently his injuries were so serious, they flew him from the prison, right? Because the prison does have a medical ward, but they're not really trained to deal with deep lacerations and other things that might be, you know, again, now we're hearing he had punctured lungs or collapsed lungs. They're not trained to deal with all of that. So essentially, they airlifted him to a civilian hospital, and this is him being taken out of the helicopter. Okay. Now, there's an audio. I want to get the full audio. Chat, where's this full audio from? By the way, look at some of the reports they're doing.
President Trump is opening his 4-day trip to the Saudi Arabia.
What the hell?
R&B singer, several victims
and rushed to a hospital.
and prostitution charges against him.
Rapper Tory Lanez was stabbed 14 times in a California prison and rushed to a hospital. Officials say that attack happened Monday morning at California's State Correctional Institution. Lanez is currently serving 10 years for shooting Megan Thee Stallion in 2020. His lungs collapsed after that attack, but his team says he's now breathing on his own and he's in good spirits. The motive for this attack is unclear. An investigation is now underway. Lanez's team thinks...
That's crazy, guys. He's been in jail for 5 years now. I didn't even know that.
Yeah, I didn't know that either.
It seems like he's already served half of his sentence, basically. Insane, chat. Insane. So they found the guy who stabbed him. Apparently, was some Mexican guy. We'll see if they bring it up here. But it seems a little weird. I don't know why. Like there's no motive that's being said. It's just he got stabbed and his lungs collapsed and he almost died and all this. But why did the guy stab him? What happened in jail? Was it someone who maybe put out this hit on him? Because they can pay people, guys, to do things to you in jail. And you know, just a little peculiar. But again, guys, this all stems from an accusation that we don't know is true. He's not even directly getting killed by really the woman per se or right on the scene. He ends up almost getting killed 5 years later from something he did or didn't or allegedly did. You know what I mean? It's just crazy, man, what happens to us here. And maybe this happens in other countries. But I don't think so. I don't think this happens in Colombia. I don't think this happens in Brazil. Guys, show me stories. If me and Al are bugging, please show me how this happens. Tell me how, we can go to a first world country. Show me how this happens in Japan, right? Or like any of those Asian countries. Like it just seems to be happening in these first world westernized Australia, London, like UK, United States, right? Canada. Like it just seems like it's happening in these countries. I mean, I'm not. If people do things wrong or they do bad things to other people, I'm not caping for them. I'm not saying let them go and he shouldn't serve his time, but there's no proof. There's no hardcore evidence. It's just the woman saying he did it, and that's all that you need. It's crazy, man.
Fans for their prayers and support.
Okay. I'll play this audio until I find the full thing.
This morning, brother, the Mexican out and bust on the boy Tory. You know, they airlifted him and all that, so you know. No, that's gonna respond when we come off this shit. We're gonna respond the right way to that.
They laid the yard down.
No, it happened in the building.
What was it over? It was over some. What he had? Did he have a debt, a gambling debt, or something?
Nah.
Now the full call, I believe. I didn't even know this guy like blogs or streams. I heard from Wacky did. So, bro, Wack threw you, a little lifeline. A Spider Loke exclusive jail call from Tehachapi State Prison.
Oh my gosh.
Now they're trying to say that it was Mexicans who stabbed Tory up, and apparently there's a race war going on within the jail. So there's a race war going on, and it's Mexicans versus black. That's what they're trying to say. I don't know if this is true. We're getting this from, this is going to be an inmate talking to Spider Loke, kind of giving the breakdown on what the fuck happened, because I don't think they witnessed it, but you know, obviously the prison's going to talk.
Yeah, y'all make sure y'all subscribe.
Here we go.
Hello?
Hey, yeah, I'm ready.
All right, hold on.
Yo, son. Hello.
My bad, Dad. I was getting my car at the car wash.
All right, don't trip. Hey, you know the boy Tory Lanez just got hit up there.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, about some Mexicans. I got some people up there calling me. I'm finna record their call. I'm gonna call you back.
All right.
Hello. Shit, the fuck? Hello. Can you hear me?
What the fuck?
Oh, yeah, I hear you now.
What it do, cuz?
Yo,
What the hell?
What's Gucci?
What's cracking?
What it do, Fod?
Shit, nothing much to look, right? This morning, brother, the Mexican out and bust on the boy Tory. You know, they airlifted him and all that, so you know. No, that's gonna respond when we come off this shit. We're gonna respond the right way to that.
They laid the yard down.
No, it happened in the building.
What was it over? It was over some. What he had? Did he have a debt, a gambling debt, or something?
Nah, nothing like that. Shit, we don't even really know. We don't even know the whole situation, you know.
So it was just like some foul play. So it's gonna be up.
Yeah, it's for sure with some foul play.
Damn, cuz. Wasn't nobody right there with him? Wasn't nobody right there with him?
Yeah, I guess nobody wasn't. He was by himself.
Atomic Gun, thank you for the 50. You didn't have a message with your donation, though. I appreciate you, brother. Send a message, bro.
He got a whole tier full of next. He on a whole tier full of next. Wow. You already know, once we get off this shit, we press some play on. Press play.
All right. It's almost over, guys. I think we'll pause it there. But basically, he's talking about getting their get back for Tory. Hopefully everything's okay with him, guys. Again, you know, for what he's in there for, something he probably didn't even do, or we're not even sure he did. This is the unfortunate plight of men. And this is why like Al said, we got to talk about this stuff. We got to keep each other informed and also help each other out. This is why we don't really bash guys to go overseas to do what they do, whether it's P for P or looking for a wife or whatever, because we know how hard it is here for men. I was out the other day, guys, with a celebrity. I'm not going to say exactly where I was or who I was with or what we were doing, but we're out and some guy, and I mean, two guys come up to this person that I'm with, one of which was just super like kind of like weird. Like he was like making like faces, and it's like men are getting more weird and more shut out because of this whole OnlyFans, X-rated site. You go on Instagram on your explore page, there's a bunch of girls shaking ass. They're becoming so overly sexualized, but also just awkward and socially awkward that, and women too, by the way, both are becoming socially awkward because they're splitting up men and women. They're splitting up the nuclear family. But it's becoming, again, a problem here. And again, that's why we're just saying, man, live your life. All things are possible through, God and spirituality, but also you gotta work, right? Like God's there to help you, but you gotta also put the effort to get out of this country or get out of the situation that you're in. If you don't, then you're just going to be stuck. And there's a lot of people that are stuck. So again, shout out to Tory Lanez. Glad he didn't die. Hopefully he comes back 100% and is able to, get out. Maybe this will help him get out of the damn prison system and get back out here and, and make some music. So Al, did you have anything else to add to that one?
No, it's just messed up that, he probably didn't even do it. And this is what happens whenever, this is the title of the show. They're losing everything. This dude almost lost his life, and he probably didn't even do what he's being accused of, and almost dies. Should have been dead.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
All right, guys, we got a few more to go over here. Is there another one you want to go over specifically? I know there's a couple.
Can play any of them.
Okay, cool. Let's go over a couple more, guys. Again, are we better off going overseas, chat? Are we better off going to any other country that's not a first world country, right? Are we better off in Singapore? Are we better off in Bali? Are we better off in Dominican Republic? Are we better off in Paraguay, Uruguay, Chile? I don't know. You pick a country that's not the U.S. that doesn't have to, succumb to these Western ideologies and deal with women doing craziness and calling the cops and saying he bruised me, and then you go to jail and you lose everything you've built your life up to be. It's not fair, right? It's not fair. And my whole thing is, men, what are you going to do? Are you going to sit there boohoo and cry, or are you going to, take yourself out of those situations and try to find a better place for yourself? I would argue that DDG and all of these guys, while it may not be optimum, they would do so much better overseas. They would do so much better in Brazil. They'd be enjoying their life, right? They could still make music. Why do you have to be here? My whole thing is you could leave, make the same music, live in another country, right? And then you come back, and when you tour the United States, and then you leave and go back to Brazil or Colombia or wherever, right? Like the problem is you're living here. So when you're living here and you're a citizen here, you don't try to go and get that citizenship other places, or at least live there. You're subject to the rules and laws of the country that you are in, right? Especially when it comes to, again, women. So you have to understand, where can you go as a man that gives you not even more, more leverage, but also not leverage in a bad way where you're trying to take advantage of women, but at least you can't rake you over the coals. Okay, you had one you were going to...
Yeah, I put it in the private chat. Just pull it up. It's in the bottom.
All right, guys, we got one here, another one. Also, guys, make sure you guys like the video. Again, send in any super chats or cash apps into us, guys. If you want us to read those, we'll read those immediately. We got one here. What is this from? Soldier Boy. Soldier Boy, tell him. All right, here we go. Okay. This one says, you a bitch ninja for putting hands on Haley, little ninja. DDG, if I catch you, I'm beating the fuck out of you. What the hell is going on?
With the Halle Berry.
Ain't that her name? Halle Berry or Halle?
Yeah.
I forgot we had that soundbite, chat.
With the Halle Berry. With the Heliante.
Okay.
So the most ironic part is
he got in trouble, didn't he?
He just got in trouble for SA. He claims that was that didn't happen, so we can pull that up.
Yeah, Soulja Boy just got in trouble for someone accusing him. It's the
and
same
this is the thing. We don't stick together as men.
When did he do? He did this recently.
It just popped up on my.
Is he trolling? Because he knows he just got in trouble. Chat, I think he's trolling. He got to be trolling. Soulja Boy got to be trolling. He literally had his assistant say that he was SAing her. She wanted, I think she's trying to sue him for $5 million or some large amount of money.
She won.
Oh, she won. Okay. He had to settle or had to pay.
He had to pay over $4 million.
God damn. Damn, chat. Okay. Ordered to pay over $4 million. Let me bring it up real quick, man. 4 million, chat.
I just put in chat.
All the money that you've been working your whole hard working your whole damn life to get, a woman can come through and just take it. Just because she done gave you some pussy, and then y'all got into an argument, and then she goes, you know what? Let me take some pictures and go get this bag. And then the lawyers and stuff are happy to help her. She can get the best lawyer. Okay, you trying to sue him for $5 million? Okay, I'm gonna need 1.2 million, and I got you. Okay. Show me the pictures. Okay, this gives a right. They sitting in there conspiring against the men. You know what I'm saying? And it could be another man too. Okay, okay, yep. All right, this is what you're gonna say. You're gonna say he did this to you. I mean, they know exactly what they need to do to get the money out of these men, right? Let's go ahead and play this real quick, chat. This is insane, man. I'm moving back to Cartagena, chat. I swear to God.
What's good, everybody? It's your boy, O'Shea Duke Jackson. At it again with another episode of the Celebrity Junk. Many of you black men will work a really good job or retire, and then some of you other brothers out there will experience the entrepreneurship phase. And for those of you who will do that, whether it's part-time and you're successful, and people find out about your success, well, the people that find out are going to be women, all right? This is where the rubber meets the road. As you guys know, I live in the continent of Africa, and there is a big history of men that have money hiring very beautiful housemates, okay? And when you're in business and you have a housemaid or a personal assistant, that is a woman, and she's attractive, what do you think is going to happen, okay? Those of you who just got money, what do you think you're going to do? You're going to start clapping cheeks, okay? And this is what Soulja Boy is in trouble for. Now, his name is DeAndre Cortez Way, and a woman is now suing him. This is in Santa Monica, that basically he raped her, he beat her, he berated her, and basically in this 2-year relationship that involved consensual intimacy. All right. Now, he was testifying. You guys can see, basically what they were asking him. Did he force her to do oral sex and everything like that? You can read it for yourself. I'm not talking about that, but he was abusing her, cursing her out. There are text messages that were sent. And when you think about somebody like Soulja Boy and many black men, when they get successful, here's the problem that a lot of black men experience. You have the money now, you have the opportunity now, and you are able to get women to do things for you. They may be doing it consensually. And then at certain points, you're just having your way with her. And you will have your way with her until you can't. And every guy has to understand, even if she's your personal assistant, carrying your bags or filming your videos, if you are sleeping with her, that woman loves you, okay? Cares about you or wants to be with you. And the moment that you start to do that, you're going to be in trouble. And many guys do that, okay? Many brothers do that. And again, if you got text messages, she could have started it or not, then once it's over, what are they going to do? They're going to say you did it. And when you look at how Soulja Boy acts on TV or he acts on Instagram, yeah, you're going to believe it, okay? It's going to look like that. And you guys got to understand, you can't be sleeping with the women that you hire. You, not Elon Musk, you black. You are not going to get away with that. I repeat, I don't care if you even move here. You in the DR, don't hire these women that you feel like you want to have sex with them. They're going to be underneath your space. If you want to hire a personal assistant, don't sleep with them. I know it's easier said than done, but all they're going to come back and say is, he abused me. He took advantage of me. He hurt me. And in the case of Soulja Boy, I would believe at least a bit of that because that's how he be acting. Okay? You never, ever include women into what makes you money. I'm going to say it again. Never do it. You never include women into what makes you money. Here's what happens when you have a girlfriend. You're successful, okay? Unless she has a good career. But what you're going to find out, if you have a business, the business is doing good, you have a girlfriend. Because remember, you don't really deal with women for what they have. It's for who they are or you like them. You have money. You have opportunities. You hiring people. What is she going to ask you? Babe, why don't you give me a job? Always going to happen. Babe, why don't you hire me? I can work for you. You're giving these other women jobs. Why not me? I can do what she do. I can work for you. I mean, I don't see why you can be giving her all the money she want. You can be giving her all the cash she want. No, she want that girlfriend allowance plus that salary. And then she want that salary and not do much work. Okay. And then if you ever were to get away from her, break up with her, and you got these text messages, and we're going to be honest. Yes, women and men can send abusive text messages to each other. It happens all the time. Then what's going to happen? People are going to believe it. People are going to believe it because you sit and say.
So real quick, guys, this is why I'm a big firm believer of recording a lot of things that happen, taking screenshots, because these women are taking screenshots. They're recording everything. We're very naive as men to think that women aren't keeping receipts and tabs on us. It sucks, and it's a lot of extra work. And you might think, oh, she's not doing it, or why would I do that? If I feel like if I have to do that with a woman, then she's not the woman I should even be around. I'm telling you guys, she could be the sweetest, most nice, soft-spoken woman. I have dealt with women who come off as so nice. Okay, black women, white women, Latino women, you would think she's an angel. The minute she gets angry and frustrated with you, everything goes out the window. She now turns into a raging bitch, and there are issues and problems. And she is not trying to hurt you. She is trying to destroy you. You have to use words like destroy. You have to use words like obliterate, right? Women go for the jugular. They're not just trying to they're trying to really hurt your feelings or really hurt your ego or really go for your like I said, go for your jugular. Okay. So you have to protect yourself. Okay, in the case of Diddy, right? Now, Diddy, of course, he's doing some crazy, wild, freaky, freak off shit. Okay, he's doing Diddy going crazy at the freak offs. All right, I ain't gonna lie. Shout out to Diddy, but goddamn, man. Okay, when they were saying that this motherfucking Diddy was taking men's semen and rubbing it on his chest and all this crazy stuff, right? What the fuck, right? Okay, what the helly Berry? What the helly Berry? Okay, so you got this kind of stuff going on, but the thing is, right? Cassie's sitting there recording everything. She got pictures. She's sending pictures to her mom. Now, in the case with Diddy, I think he actually did it, right? Diddy did it. I think he did hit her. We saw, right? But at least in this case, right, we have it on camera and we saw what happened at the hotel. But a lot of times these women are lying. Okay, they're capping, they're not telling the truth, and we're the dumb ones that don't have any evidence. So all she can do is, like I said, is say her arm was bruised this day and my tooth was chipped and he grabbed me and he punched me in my stomach and all this stuff, and we don't have nothing. So when I get into arguments with women, which I rarely do because I don't really argue with women, but let's just say there's some sort of heated exchange, I usually turn on my camera chat. I usually at least get the sound. If I sense it's getting like a little, I usually remove myself from the situation. Actually, recently I had to leave a spot because I'm like, hey man, look, you're cursing. I don't know what your issue is. You're doing too much. Time for me to go, right? Because I don't want this to escalate. And it's not really any point to escalate it at all anyway. So I'm gonna just go ahead and dip out, right? But I have in my phone one of my exes, the breakup from, what was this, 3 years ago. I started recording it. You know, I was like, you know what? Let me just go ahead and hit the record button just in case she tried to say I did something to her. It sucks. So I would charge guys to, when you're in a situation, whether with a woman or a man, really, and you feel like it's getting heated or it's getting to that point, record it. Have some sort of record of what's going on and what's happening. Again, it sucks that we have to do this, but women are sure doing it to us. They're sure documenting things and holding things to get you back with. You know, again, it's a tough time to be a man, man. It really is a tough time. And a lot of us are just getting caught up with these women. Shepherd Tracer says, I'm sure you guys heard about Smokey Robinson and Byron Scott. I didn't hear about that. You can enlighten us on that, man. Maybe I'll look that up. Ozzy says, this got to be a psyop. Why are black men doing this to each other? I don't know. I have no clue. I wish I could fucking tell you. I really do. Okay. All I'm saying, guys, is that there is a battle between men and women, and right now, I'm gonna be honest, women are winning. Okay, they really are winning. If there's a battle, they really are destroying us. You see so many men, especially rich men who have of means, getting taken down. It just is what it is. And again, I'm not saying they're all innocent, but it's just peculiar. There's no women getting taken down. There's no woman who, women who have clout or who are rich, who are famous. Cardi B's not getting taken down, right? Hillary Clinton's not getting taken down, right? Well, they tried to, right? But what I'm saying is like when it comes to women, they'll get trashed a little bit, but it's not this thing where they like get, taken off the internet. Very rarely. It happened with the Hawk Tua girl, because she came out with that Hawk Tua coin or whatever it was. They took her podcast away from her or whatever, but then I think she came back or whatever. So it happens rarely with women, and when it does, cool, whatever. But for the most part, guys, we're the targets. Men are the targets, okay? All right. Let's do a quick break on this stuff, guys. I do have a DC Born Rob video I want to play real quick. And this was, we were supposed to go over this one on the last one, but we didn't end up doing it. So let's do this real fast. Another DC Born Rob. And then, guys, let's open up the panel as well, guys. So I'm going to drop the link for those of you who want to join. If anyone has anything to say about this particular topic today, just men in general, the shit we have to deal with here in the United States. Maybe you could talk about one of your exes, or a time that a woman tried to destroy you and ruin you, right? I was never the guy when I was younger to allow women to get away with stuff. If I saw that she was trying to throw me under the bus, I would say, hey, no, or I'd throw her under the bus too. Like, you're going to try to get me in trouble, I'm going to get you in trouble. You're not finna just, again, guys, you shouldn't be hitting women, right? Of course. But women are slick with their words. And so sometimes if they say something to you, you got to say something back to them. Okay. Some of you guys, if you were in a room with a woman, let's say you're in a room with a woman. Okay, chat. And, let's say there's a group of people in a room. It's you and some other woman. You guys get into a little bit of a back and forth. Your friends are there, her friends are there, and maybe there's some random people there. But everyone's like now listening to you guys kind of get into this back and forth. And it's not really that heated until she kind of takes it to the next level and says, you got a small dick, right? She said, yeah, and I bet your dick is little. She said something like that, right? Now, everyone's laughing at you, or, everyone's looking at you like, what you gonna say? And let's see what the chat would do, okay? If a girl tries to embarrass you verbally in front of people in public, I'm not even gonna give y'all the options. What would you do? That's my question to the chat. If there's a girl, maybe she knows, maybe she's your girlfriend, or maybe she's a girl you're dating, whatever it is, but y'all get into some sort of altercation verbally, and she says that's why you got a little dick. What are you gonna say back to her? Okay, chat. I wanna hear what the chat would say. Just type your answers in the chat, guys. Okay. I'm just curious. And guys, this is what we call shit testing. When a woman shit tests you, she does something to try to embarrass you or make you look a certain kind of way. She wants to see what kind of man you are, if you actually, stand on business, and if you're going to be a pushover. Okay. And this will be a very telling thing. And I'm bringing this up, guys, because there are a lot of men out here who don't know how to deal with women at all. And they allow women to just say anything and get away with anything. So I'm looking, I don't see any responses. Does anybody have any answers for that? You're out with a woman or around a woman, you just meet her, or maybe like you said, you know her, girl, whatever, and she disrespects you and says, that's why you got a little dick. What do you say? What do you do? Okay. Now, the thing with women, guys, is a lot of times, again, they aren't going to physically attack you. They're going to verbally attack you. And as a man, you have to know how to deal with and what to say back. So I'll tell you guys what I would say. If a woman disrespected me in public and made fun of my D size, I'm gonna say something back about her, right? What it is. Oh, I got a small dick. Well, that's why your coochie stink, right? You're not finna just say something to me in front of everybody, belittling me about my body parts. Because if I said that to her, which I've never done that to a woman, but if she said it to me first, right? But let's say I said it to her first. That's sexual harassment, right? This is that double standard where now as a man, I'm in the wrong, right? And we've seen shows like The View and all these places where women will say, "I'll chop his balls off." They'll literally talk about mutilating men on these shows, and everyone will be laughing in the crowd because since it's a man, he can all of a sudden just having his balls chopped off, or that should be a joke that we talk about online or on a live show. If she says something about the way I look or my body parts, I'm going to say something about her body parts. Why am I saying this, chat? I'm saying this because a lot of you guys won't have nothing to say back. You're soft. Well, I just walked away. I'll just walk away. You don't always got to walk away from everything. You don't always got to let people get away with stuff. This is what I'm talking about. This is why DDG and Soulja Boy and all these guys are in the predicaments that they're in, because they walk away, right? And I'm not talking about hit a woman, but I'm saying you allow them to get you, but you don't have any evidence on them. You don't have anything to show, to prove your innocence. You're just sitting there. You're the one getting emotional, right? It's not getting emotional to say something back to her. It's getting emotional when you're screaming, yelling, and actually hitting her. So I'm a big advocate of, if someone is verbally abusing you, you're allowed to say something back. You don't always got to walk away. You don't always got to be the bigger person. Being the bigger person sometimes, guys, is the wrong route to take. Because while you're being the bigger person, they're taking pictures, recording, making, doing what DDG's, what Halle Berry's doing. Halle Berry, whatever the fuck her name is.
With the Halle Berry.
So for me, what I usually do is I'll say something back, I'll say my piece, and then I'll leave. I don't just always leave, right? I'll give y'all one last example. If I come into the classroom and I'm walking in the classroom and they be like, "Damn, Steve, you always late in front of the teacher." I don't say nothing the first day. Okay. Next day comes, "Steve, you late again." I'm not late, but they just keep saying I'm late, or they keep making up something in front of everybody, in front of the teacher. I don't correct it. I just allow them to keep talking shit. I'm the bigger person, right? What happens, chat? The narrative becomes, that's Steve. He's the dude that always walks in late. Damn, look at him. He late again. He always disappearing. Why are you always getting up and leaving the class? Because he's late. Ha ha. That's the late. Steve, the guy that comes in late. Meanwhile, that's not really what it is. This person's just making a narrative, and I'm allowing him or her to say mean things about me, and I'm not correcting it or saying anything back. Hey, man, stop calling me late. I'm not late. You're late. As a matter of fact, you were late yesterday. Let's talk about that. Get off my case, man. Then you walk away. Hey, man, stop saying I'm late. Hey, teacher, you see this person keeps saying I'm late? I don't like this. This is disrespectful. He's trying to paint some narrative of me, and I'm not even late. I came in late one time, and I had a doctor's note, right? Right? Blah, 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 blah. Say your piece. All right, cool. I'm not saying sit there and argue. So the problem, again, guys, and what's happening in these arguments and these problems with men and women is we're allowing women to just kind of do whatever, say whatever, make up stuff, believe everything they say. And then we get into a point where we lose everything because we don't have any evidence, or we're not saying anything back. Right? DDG, I'm gonna stop speaking on this online. I'm gonna stop saying, well, okay, take the high road all the time. Okay, now she files a restraining order. What are you gonna do? Right? What do you have? What's your comeback? It's a battle. It's a battle where she's the woman, she should win. Okay. The last thing I'll say on it, guys, is the reason why women are getting away with what they're getting away with now is because they're the physically weaker sex, the physically weaker gender. So we say, let women get away with saying that you got a small dick. You better not say nothing back to her about how her coochie stank, because you could physically beat her up. It doesn't make sense. They basically want you to remember, verbal abuse and physical abuse are two different things, but both could be bad. If someone always says, Steve, you got a big nose when you were a kid, it's like Michael Jackson. His father made fun of his nose and his skin, his body, his hair, whatever it was, and always saying you got a big ass nose. That always is going to be in your head. So verbal abuse is just as bad as physical abuse. It can shape the way you act and the way you move throughout life. So if you just let women verbally abuse you and say things to you without saying anything back and just taking all of it and trying to be the bigger person, that doesn't hurt me. It does. After a while, if she got your kid and she's saying you ain't never gonna see your kid again, you're a deadbeat dad, that's gonna get to you. It's gonna hurt your heart. She's gonna tell the kid you're a deadbeat. You never talk to the kid. So the kid that you had, now she's telling, Halle Berry is telling,
With the Halle Berry.
when his son gets older, that your dad didn't love you, right? And you're just taking the high road. I'm just not gonna say nothing because I'm gonna take the high road. I'm gonna just be the bigger person. I'm gonna just let her say whatever she wants to my son, the little old Halo. Yeah, Halo, it's cool. Yeah, I know your mom's telling, and right, and she gets more time with him, so now she can mold him and shape him to not to hate you and be envious of his dad. Meanwhile, you've been trying to see him the whole time. But since you tried to be the bigger person and didn't fight back verbally, not physically, or try to get your kid back, now you lost. So that's what I'm trying to get you guys to understand, man, is that you can't just let women just say mean things and just let it ride. I don't let women get away with shit. I just don't. It's an 80-20 rule, guys. 80% of the time, I'm gonna get you back. 20% of the time, I'll be the bigger person. I've shifted. It used to be 50-50. It used to be 60-40. I'll just take the high road. Then I realized as I got older, oh, hell no. Like 80% of the time, I'm going to tell you about yourself. And sometimes it goes up. It's 90% of the time. I'm not going to just let you just be an asshole. Okay? Shout out to Ozzy, says there got to be a psyop why black women are doing this to each other. I think I read that. Yeah. Shout out to you, Ozzy.
We can actually, did you want to wind down or?
Well, I was going to open up the panel, but I think I forgot to drop the link. We'll open the panel up on the next show, guys, because we're running on about 2 hours here. Shout out to T. Lee, shout out to Shepard, shout out to everybody, man. But again, guys, just to sum this particular show all the way up, we'll go over the DC Born Rob thing on the next one, and then we'll open up the panel on the next one. But it is tough out here, guys, for men. And there needs to be more channels like Mentuition, more spaces out there where we can talk about our problems and issues amongst each other and try to go through them and give each other advice on what we can do, because women give each other advice. Guys, there's whole networks. I'll bring up the video on the next one. There's a video out of group chats with 30,000 plus women. I think it's a Telegram or something, of how to get money out of men. You guys ever heard of the sprinkle lady on TikTok, who makes fun of men and says you don't need them for nothing but their money, and right, this very toxic thing. Now, if we did that about women, right, and saying all these women are hoes and this and that, let's just try to get pussy out of them. And we had these groups of just not even prostitutes, but we just trying to get some vagina out of women. You know how quickly that thing would be canceled? We have groups, guys, now on Telegram, on Discord, for women to join and learn not how to be wives, not how to be docile and feminine and listen to what their man wants, because they can get the bag that way too. It's how can you manipulate men to get the most out of them and get them to give you money. This is the world we're living in. This is why we say they're breaking the family apart and the nuclear family is gone, right? So, you know, in wrapping it all up, chat, we need to have these conversations. We need to have more shows like this on Mentuition. And I'm really, again, if you guys have any issues or problems, join the Discord. It doesn't always have to be about travel. We've been through it. We're in our late 30s, guys. So we're not little kids that can't give you some insight or advice. If you have questions from myself or Al, you can ask us on Discord. And if it's real, like a real deep thing about marriage, this and that, book a consultation, man. Are we trained, psychiatrists or whatever? No, but we've been through it. And sometimes you got to talk to people who have been through it that can give good, sound advice and help you and talk through your issues. I also charge some of you guys to join the Mentuition Mafia, okay, for $3.99, because there you can also, we do panel discussions where we can have, conversations about anything, okay? All right, guys, we're going to wrap up the show here. And we appreciate all you guys for joining today. Class is dismissed. Al, did you have anything before we roll out about the topic, just to wrap it up?
No, I mean, we had to have a serious conversation today and just talk about it. I'm glad people seem like they enjoyed it. People are asking for more of these times, so maybe we'll start incorporating like one story in, maybe about the U.S., about some things going on here, a show with men, how to help them, how to navigate through these situations, and then some stories about overseas and things like that. And I think that that'll be helpful. But yeah, man, don't kiss these hoes in the mouth. And yes, sub up, join the Discord, keep the conversation going, join the Facebook group, all of that stuff. We're trying to build up a community so we can help each other.
Yeah, guys. So real quick, guys, let's go over our housekeeping real quick. Join the locals, mentuition.locals.com. This is where you guys can see all the behind the scenes footage, all the fun, all the debauchery. Basically it is free to join. However, if you want to see the stuff that is completely blurred out, in order to unblur it, you have to join for $9.99. Next up, guys, we have our Patreon, patreon.com/mentuition. Again, those of you who are late for the show, Brazil 101 was supposed to drop today. It is not dropping today. We're going to need to push it at least another week or so. We had a bunch of footage basically get deleted and or corrupted. And so now we have to reshoot a good part of the Brazil 101 here in the studio. Okay. Crazy things happen, guys. It is what it is. It's a lesson learned. From now on, after we go on trips, we'll just have to dump our footage onto a special hard drive or put it in the cloud so that we don't lose it. I'm actually really bummed out because we lost a lot of good stuff, but it's all good, chat. We'll be back in these countries again. And, we have enough footage that we can still make Brazil 101 and we can still reshoot. We have a beautiful studio here that we can reshoot a lot of the content. So just bear with us on the Brazil 101. We appreciate you guys. In the meantime, join our Patreon. It is free to join. However, if you want to unlock the sauce, we have 3 tiers. Our general admission tier, you get free access to some of our not safe for YouTube content, access to all of our full uncensored travel guides, exclusive behind the scenes footage, exclusive access to our private community, Patreon exclusive content, and special Discord access. Next up, guys, we have our VIP tier. You get free access to all of our not safe for YouTube content, priority chats on YouTube, access to our members only live streams, a list of over 1,000 remote jobs, 1 free consultation question and answer per month on Patreon direct message, 20% off consultations, 10% off of merch, and even more special Discord access. And last but not least, shout out to everybody that's a part of the All Access Pass membership.
Spin the check and get it right back.
This is how you guys can support the channel at the highest level. You get 1 free consultation per month, up to 1 hour, 25% off of additional consultations throughout the month, access to a list of over 11,000 remote jobs, access to our personal cell phone numbers, free exclusive member-only meetups, VIP access and discounts on our yacht parties, Patreon exclusive discounts on our website services, discounts on our tour guides, and 20% off the merch. And guys, don't forget to join the Discord. That is mentuitiondiscord.net. It is free to join. You guys can join up and talk about your upcoming travel plans or who you want to win in the NBA championship. Okay, guys. All right. Also, guys, join the Facebook group. We have a Facebook group for the Mentuition crew, Mentuition Mafia. The link is below. And last but not least, guys, join the Mentuition Mafia. That is our YouTube membership. Okay, our YouTube membership, Mentuition Mafia, it's only $3.99. We will be doing a special Mafia Talk members only. We got to do the Mafia Talk Mafia Talk this Saturday. Yeah, Mob Talk. And make sure you guys join that this Saturday. I believe we're going to be doing that. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, guys.
Money work. El mundo quiere dinero. Money work. Se arregla con dinero.
Shout out to our guy CBB dropping the $20 super chat. That is our guy. We appreciate it.
Thank you, CBB.
Always support him. One of the biggest supporters of the channel. And
yeah,
I mean,
man,
he's just always there when we need him. So
he said the truth shall set him free. Exactly, man. Thank you, CBB. Yeah, the truth shall set you free, man. You guys got to understand. I think, you know, before we wind out and close down, guys, I think that, like, to be honest with you, everything that we're saying now will come to fruition in 5 to 10 years. They'll be wondering what happened. Why are all these guys so, you know, I can't use the words imp. I'll say impy. Why are they so impy? Why are all the guys so, what happened? They'll be wondering what happened and why men are so weak-minded, why women are so strong, why, you know, only certain guys are smashing all the girls even more so than now. Why, what happened to the families? Why more men are turning gay? Why are there more people that are changing their sex to men to women and women to men? What's going on? What happened? And all of it's going to stem back from all this stuff that people make fun of. Red pill, you guys show red pill. It's so funny. We watch these. I swear to goodness, I would love to interview these guys. Abba and Preach. They go on and they make fun of men, and then they make fun of Fresh and Fit and the red pill space guys, and what they call them red pill space dorks. And then they do a story of a red pilled situation, right? The one guy that got it, we could have brought that up. The guy, there's an Indian guy that went to jail for helping a woman get her baby back on. She was on one of them little electric things in like a Target where she's not even supposed to be on it. She's not handicapped. The little electric buggies, guys, where you can put shopping carts in it and stuff, or put stuff in the shopping cart that for the handicapped people. And he comes up to her and asks where the toothpaste or something is, and her baby's like falling off, and he just grabs the baby and puts it back on. He went to jail for 45 days because the white woman said that he tried to kidnap her baby.
I mean, we can go literally all day and talk about this shit. I mean, there's a million stories. You know, it is literally, I'm sure, you know, we could easily find another one. It's sad. But yeah, right. Man, it's maybe we'll pull it up next time. But yeah, it's crazy out here for men. That's why it was important to do this show.
Yeah, man. The truth shall set you free, man. So just stuff like that happening, guys, is crazy, man. My mind is blown. So make sure you guys, again, just be careful out here. Record anything that's going on. If it's something that, whether it be with a man, woman, cops, whatever, just record the shit so you can have some evidence and stay safe. Okay. Travel, get your passports. All right. All right, guys, we're going to go ahead and wind down. Are we going to say?
No.
Okay. All right, guys, we will catch you guys on the next one. We appreciate you guys. Peace and love. And until next time, adios.
Adios.